Hello, folks, and welcome back to Chris Wyatt Reports. I'm here at Emperor's Palace once again, this time with the leader of the Inkatha Freedom Party, the President Hlabisa. It's a pleasure to finally, after talking to you long distance, 6,000 miles away, to make your acquaintance in person.
Thank you very much, Chris, to physically talk to you in person.
No, it's a different experience here. So what I want to say first off, out of the gate, before I ask you any questions, is congratulations. I mean, this event may be a seminal point in South African history. Maybe like CODESA was in '94. Maybe not as big as that, but maybe it is. What do you think of that?
Indeed, the past 2 days will remain in the history of our country as a milestone that was achieved by parties from the opposition coming together in the interest of rebuilding the country that has been destroyed by the ruling party over 30 years. I want to thank the leaders because we made the groundwork. It's not that we met only for the first time yesterday. Over the past 3 months, we have been meeting every Thursday without fail, from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the evening, to consider various issues, positions in preparation for the National Convention over the past 2 days. That is why out of all items in the agenda, not even a single one was deferred because we could not agree. Yes, it was tough. Some of the issues were very emotional between members of the National Convention, but because we knew coalition is about finding compromise and common ground, we shifted and shifted, but not losing what we believe in, but finding the best way how we can have a common ground. And we are so happy that all of us, none pulled out. Eventually, we signed an agreement. There are other issues that we'll be raising. You spoke about the issue of the cabinet. We feel it is bloated, it's too big, it is costing us as taxpayers. More money should be redirected to ensure more services are given to our people. We will have to cut it, reduce it to be not what it is, and we will conduct a study in terms of the deputy ministers. It is our full view that some departments do not deserve to have deputy ministers. Of course, some are too big. One person may not be enough to do so. That is why we will conduct a study. After that, we will take a bold decision that we will cut the deputy ministers and redirect such money to ensure that people of South Africa get the services they long wanted to have. Unfortunately, under the current government, it has failed.
Well, I would tell you that, of course, under the Zuma government, I think we saw 68 cabinet positions. It's insane. So it's good to see some reduction. We're not at that level now. It's a lot lower, but still a lot of redundancy there. So it sounds like a good use of things. But let me ask you this question very quickly before we wrap up. Inkatha has a long history of doing the right thing and fighting for the right things, and then became a political party, the Inkatha Freedom Party, and you continue with that since then. The party took a bit of a hit when Zuma became president. You seem to lose some of your support, particularly in KZN, but it appears with the 2021 municipal elections that Inkatha is on the rise again. Is the party gaining support in KZN and perhaps around the country? How's that going for you?
The IFP was affected by the split in 2011 when the National Freedom Front broke away and be formed by members from the IFP. In 2012, we went to the drawing board and made a strategy of how to regain the lost ground. If you plan for regaining your ground, it will take you minimum 5 years. You will start to see real results after 5 years. We set targets in 2012. We started to realize change in 2016. We revisited our targets We saw a bigger change in 2019, and we reinforced our targets and strategy, a big progress in 2021. We have finalized our strategy for elections next year. We will be beginning with the rollout of a massive program in terms of voter registration. The IFP is going to do well beyond KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, Mpumalanga, Limpopo, Free State. We will do far more better in 2026 and far more better in 2029, the next elections after next year. But let me assure you, Zuma has not been a big factor because Zuma, since, is residing in a ward controlled by the IFP. That is where he should have, that is where he should demonstrated his influence. Elections are determined by a number of things. Next year's election will be determined by how are we going to be able to activate angry people.
And there's a lot of them.
It's a lot of them, who wants this government to be removed because it has failed them. That will play a major role in ensuring that the ANC is removed from power.
Well, President Hlabisa, you're very kind with your time. It's late. It's been a long 2 days. You've been talking very generously with all the journalists here, including myself. I want to thank you. It is a distinct pleasure to finally get a chance to travel those 6,000 or 8,000 miles to come here and actually meet you in person. And I want to thank you and wish you best of luck with going forward with the charter, and also best wishes for the good health of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi.
Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you so much.